Man, you better hope somebody wants to be president. You dig what I'm saying? But who in the hell would want to be? Can you conceive of what kind of brain would want to lead these fucking Rube Scoops out there? And you know, because there's no communication with them. You dig? If you took a horsewhip and beat them, they still wouldn't understand what the hell you're talking about because there's no intelligence there. They don't have the intelligence to change. Once you get them, they go, the rest of their life, they'll do that for a paycheck, You tell them, don't do that anymore, and they go, There's no communication. You tell them, I tell them, stop doing that, and they'll go, I said, stop it, and they'll go, and you cut someone's fucking throat and throw blood in their face, and they'll go, You see what I'm saying? In other words, there's just no intelligence, man.
You don't have any hope for that.
Not on that level. Not on that level, I don't, no. That's not mankind. That's not intelligence, you know. It's not even beast. It don't have the intelligence of a zoo.
This Black History Month, I'm pleased to partner with OMH in advancing better health through better understanding for Black communities. Climate change is having a disproportionate effect on the physical and mental health of Black communities. Black Americans are more likely than white Americans to live in areas and housing that increase their susceptibility to climate-related health issues. And 65% of Black Americans report feeling anxious about climate change's impact.
Let us never tolerate outrageous conspiracy theories concerning the attacks of September the 11th.
You are being programmed.
Time again, every time you come rather than later. That's what medical experts and scientists say about the next pandemic.
We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic.
We will be much better off the next pandemic when it occurs.
There will absolutely be an outbreak of another pandemic.
Because there will be another pandemic.
Preparedness for the next pandemic.
We can prevent the next pandemic. To be ready for pandemic 2, I call this pandemic 1.
But when the next pandemic comes, the world must be ready.
The new book that I have coming out next month, which is called Preventing the Next Pandemic.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. I appreciate you.
I appreciate everything you do.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. Oh, fuck, I sound like a faggot. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of
If You Know, You Know. Yeah. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. This thing of ours, oh, this thing of ours. Her fraternity of drug dealers ringing off. I just happen to be alumni. Too legit, they still looking at me with one eye. The company I keep is not corporate enough. Child rebel soldier, you ain't orphan enough. A rapper turned trapper can't morph into us, but a trapper turned rapper can morph into Puff. Dance contest for the smokers. I predict Snow Owl Roker. If you know, you know. I only ever looked up to Sosa. You all get a bird, this nigga Oprah. Bricklayers in ball shorts, coaching from the side of the ball court. If you know, you know. One stop like a Walmart. We got the tennis balls for the wrong sport. If you know, you know. If you know about the carport, them trapdoors supposed to be awkward. If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know. You ever been hit with the water weight, then had to wait? Do you walk away? If you know, you know. When we all clicking like Golden State, and you and your team are the motorcade. If you know, you know. Been granting wishes like a genie to bad hoes in two-piece bikinis.
I don't know what is going on, but somewhere our wires got crossed.
You should be dead! Big wave!
You should be able to look at a little porn at work.
I don't even want to be around anymore. I sincerely believe Cody is a drug addict.
Maybe take his bare butt out of his costume and spank him.
Psycho, who are you?
Little asshole, little fucker.
What the fuck?
In this mansion, I'm Macaulay Culkin. Paid in full, I'm a Kai Fife. Know you're tired, we just did dinner for 3 hours. Lying to me all night. Buying BM's Benzes out of spite. Paid 100, ran a something light. Simple price to keep them out my life. Booby trap, we need a business office. Magic City need a business office. 29, I keep a business office. I'm in love with Houston, Dallas, Austin. Tell your guys to hold up on the team chain. Seem like they may need money for coffins. Cuban girl, a family grind coffee. Text me on the signal, don't call me. Major distribution labels call me. Bad Bunny numbers, it's a robbery. 500 million just for Aubrey. Yeah, major distribution, how I pop it. Mention me to be the hottest topic. Same place you send your bitches shopping. Okay, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid. Okay, okay, go stupid, stupid, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid. Okay,
nigga tried to play the shit like, play it cool, play me like I'm sweet. Fucking on the op, nigga, bitch. Say
say she missed the goals in my teeth. 4L shit, no we steppin'. Y'all should get the funeral preparing. SF90, this is not McLaren. Make a IG model run my errands. He go missing, we gon' spend his parents. Stayed in Houston long as Steve Francis. Shoot his feet, got him doing dances. Wiggin' niggas like I played at Kansas. Ever seen somebody get shot? Lot of shit I seen before the top. I ain't tryna wrestle like The Rock. Fuck the trish, I'd rather silk the walk. Lot of things I do to stay alive. Everything except for call a cop. Savage still let his gun pop. Fox 5 gang, get you knocked. Major distribution labels calling. Harry Styles numbers, it's a robbery. My niggas going Zane to catch a body. We was face to face, you could've shot me. Okay, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid. Okay, okay.
The very idea of hinting at a conspiracy or a false flag event is ridiculed and laughed off and considered to be ridiculous. And yet this has happened time and time again in history. Most of it isn't documented, but there are certain cases where it was explicitly stated. And one of those places is with Operation Northwoods.
The Pentagon is currently testing something called the Total Information Awareness Program. The American Civil Liberties Union calls it the most extensive surveillance program in history.
What did it do?
It was going to basically spy on all Americans, total information awareness, right?
The idea was that a potential terrorist would leave a digital trail, but in order to find that trail, you had to collect all of the digital information there was, from anywhere and everywhere that you could find it.
They're going to use every telephone call you ever make, every text you ever make, every Google search, every website you ever go to. They have a way of collecting all of that data.
They collect all of it.
And the program had this creepy Illuminati logo of a pyramid with this all-seeing eye looking down on Earth. I mean, look at this thing.
All these organizations pushed back against it, so the government said, okay, we're not going to do it anymore. But then Palantir was like, well, we'll do it because we don't have those.
Well,
go ahead.
It's even worse than that. Palantir didn't exist yet. Peter Thiel created Palantir as total information awareness was getting into trouble and experiencing the public backlash. And as they were setting it up, they used Richard Pearl to connect them with Dexter, who was running total information awareness, about essentially privatizing the program and having Palantir do what TIA.
LifeLog sought to build a database tracking a person's entire existence. Quote, everything an individual says, sees, or does.
They can set the rules. They're more powerful than governments.
You know, I certainly much prefer Facebook to own the data than the government.
They're the same picture.
Assassination. You know what's interesting about assassination? Well, not only does it change those popularity polls in a big fucking hurry, but it's also interesting to notice who it is we assassinate. Do you ever notice who it is? Stop to think of who it is we kill.
You're gonna try and kill yourself? How seriously should I take that?
Saturday at midnight.
financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
2.3 trillion with a T. That's $8,000 for every man, woman, and child in America. To understand how the Pentagon can lose track of trillions, consider the case of one military accountant who tried to find out what happened to a mere 300 million.
Explosion, and there was a second explosion in the same building. There were two explosions. Okay.
Coming out, we passed the lobby. There was no lobby. So I believe the bomb hit the lobby first, and a couple of seconds in the first plane hit.
Floor by floor instead of popping out.
It was like it was if they had detonated.
Detonated.
If they were planned to take down a building. Boom, 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 boom.
And you heard the boom, 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 boom.
From the corner, boom, 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 boom. Just like 20 straight hits. And as the bombs were going, people just started running. And I sat there and watched a few of them explode.
I remember getting a call from the fire department commander telling me that they were not sure they were going to be able to contain the fire. And I said, you know, we've had such terrible loss of life. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. And they made that decision to pull. And then we watched the building collapse.
Building 7, I often hear about. No plane hit Building 7. Why did Building 7 come down? What do you tell people?
What is Building 7?
Or when it was at Building 5, or the building that wasn't hit by the plane? Building 7.
I have no idea. I've never heard that.
New York officials revealed at a news conference here in the city that a hijacker's passport was found blocks from the World Trade Center crash site, if you can believe that.
You watched the planes hit the towers.
I was watching with my roommate. It was approximately several minutes after the first plane had hit. I saw this plane come out of nowhere and just scream right into the side of the Twin Tower, exploding through the other side. And then I witnessed...
The United Nations can and should play an essential role in helping the world find a satisfactory way of stabilizing world population.
The population cannot continue to grow indefinitely.
It was focused on reproductive health. That was the main thing we did because I thought, you know, population growth in poor countries is the biggest problem they face.
That'll really set the course for moderating the population growth between 2050 and 2100. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The key thing you can do to reduce population growth is actually improve health.
And the benefits there in terms of reducing sickness, reducing the population growth, which then has this effect of reducing population growth. In the very poorest places that you're going to have a tripling in population by 2050. Then we've got to make sure that we help out with the tools now so that they don't have an impossible situation later.
those people were. Those were not just ordinary people then. If I told you their names, I'm not going to tell you their names, but if I did, I don't think you'd sleep so well.
people coming in and creating fictions about this that doesn't exist. Where's the videotape of an Epstein Island of X, Y, and Z committing these frauds? Why haven't you given it to us? Do you really think I wouldn't give that to you if it existed? I'm working my ass off along with the leadership at the Bureau and DOJ, to get you what we're allowed to give you. And you're going to get the video of the cell, and you're going to see for yourself. And we will never be able to convince everyone.
But we were told that the cameras were down.
Well, I don't know who said that.
But that was in the news.
We're giving you all the footage we have.
So why wasn't that released, like, immediately? Why did this speculation escalate?
I think you'd have to ask whoever the Attorney General back then was, Bill Barr.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Investigators say they found no incriminating client list of Epstein's, no credible evidence that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals, and no evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties.
Him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that.
Up and away. Up and away. Up and away. Yeah, I'm about to go.
Both of those men have very extensive ties to sexual blackmail.
Roy Cohn does.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What they talking about? I go hard, they soft as a couch. I'm running them in and walking them out. Call so cold, I park in the house. Flow so raw, this beat is pregnant. Flow so tight, it's yeast infected.
Nah, I've seen this before.
Kill them all when they least inspected. Money talk, Lisa Leslie.
Really not understand how the sexual blackmail thing works?
YMCMB connection. Rappers is what I eat for breakfast. Warming up in my sheets and sexy. If she ain't fucking, she can exit. Gun tucked in the waist. I bust in your face. I ain't got nothing to say. But up and away. Up and away. Up and away. Man, I'm so high, I'll come down in a couple of days. Up and away. Yeah. Up and away. Yeah. Man, I'm so high, I'll come down in a couple of days.
Weezy,
yeah.
where you going?
Up.
You going
know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy.
Ain't this a bitch?
But I happen to know some United States senators. One who is on the other side, I've seen that person in very bad situations. Okay? I've seen that person in very, very bad situations. Somewhat compromising.
I just saw my bitch kiss a bitch. You're lucky I don't kill your ass, but you can still get pistol whipped. Sharper than a pencil tip.
Good morning. Finally, a president-elect. George W. Bush will become the 43rd president of the United States.
Apparently, a plane has just crashed into the World Trade Center.
We're going to take a look at videotape just moments ago of the second plane hitting the World Trade Center.
There has been another major explosion, this one in the nation's capital. There is smoke in the air over the Pentagon.
We are getting information now that one of the other buildings, Building 7 in the World Trade Center complex, is on fire and has either collapsed or is collapsing.
Building 7, I often hear about. No plane hit Building 7. Why did Building 7 come down? What do you tell people?
What is Building 7?
Or what, it was it Building 5 or the building that wasn't hit by the plane? Building 7.
I have no idea. I've never heard that.
The Project for the New American Century, which is a think tank that was around in the 90s and up through 2005 or 6. There are about 17 members of this so-called think tank who were in top positions in the Bush-Cheney administration. And a couple of these guys, Feith and Wolfowitz, had earlier worked for Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel and put out a paper that advocated the same kind of program that they then put out papers from PNAC advocating. That is intense nationalism and militarism and going after Middle Eastern states with aggressive wars. There are several key papers that they published, and the biggest one maybe was in 2000 called Rebuilding America's Defenses, as if they needed to somehow be rebuilt.
This is being seen on Capitol Hill as another Pearl Harbor.
Israel's former Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has publicly said the September 11th attacks have been good for Israel.
In the days after the September attacks, there were countless rumors about strange coincidences surrounding the events. One report about a group of Middle Eastern men spotted the morning of September 11th parked just across the river from New York City has not gone away. Investigation of their presence has led to questions about whether Israel was conducting espionage on U.S. soil.
It began when this woman was watching the Twin Towers burning from her apartment in New Jersey. She noticed 3 men on top of a van, posing for pictures with the towers burning in the background.
And I could see that they were like happy, you know, they didn't look shocked to me, you know, they didn't look shocked. I thought it was very strange.
The witness called police, who stopped the van hours later and arrested 5 men. All 5, it turns out, were Israeli. They were turned over to the FBI. Sources tell ABC News during a check of national security databases, some of the men were listed as having had connections with Israeli intelligence. At the FBI, that set off alarm bells.
The FBI needed the answers to 3 important questions. Who were these men? What brought them to that parking lot on the morning of September 11th? And did they have any advance knowledge of what was going to happen that day?
After 71 days, the 5 Israelis were deported.
Some U.S. investigators believe that there are Israelis again very much engaged in spying in and on the U.S. who may have known things they didn't tell us before September 11th.
The first part of the investigation focuses on Israelis who say they are art students from the University of Jerusalem and Bezalel Academy. They repeatedly made contact with U.S. government personnel, the report says, by saying they wanted to sell cheap art or handiwork. Documents say they, quote, targeted and penetrated military bases, the DEA, FBI, and dozens of other government facilities, and even secret offices and unlisted private homes of law enforcement and intelligence personnel. The majority of those questioned, quote, stated they served in military intelligence, electronic surveillance intercept, and/or explosive ordnance units.
I worked in the building for 20 years. I was the person in charge of all the stairwells of the North Tower, and on 9/11 I had the only master key that opened the doors that rescue people. This is the master key, they call it the key of hope. And basically, I was a janitor. Like I said, on that day, there was an explosion on the basement, and this is prior to the building got hit by the plane. And then the plane hit, and then there was a series of explosions afterwards.
There was an explosion. We're on the support floor, which is a basement. Guy came in running. All his skin was out of his body. Oh my God. All his skin was out of his body. We took him out. We ran out.
As we were coming out, we passed the lobby. There was no lobby. So I believe the bomb hit the lobby first. And a couple of seconds then the first plane hit.
It just went ba-boom. It was like a bomb went off. And another explosion came right from it. Just everyone flying.
There were numerous secondary explosions taking place in that building. There were continuous explosions.
No, the first explosion, and there was a second explosion in the same building. There were two explosions.
Okay. There was another explosion that took place in one of the towers here. So obviously, according to his theory, he thinks that there were actually devices that were planted in the building.
And you heard the boom, 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 boom.
Floor by floor instead of popping out.
It was like if they had detonated. They were planned to take down a building. Boom, 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 boom.
From the corner, boom, 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 boom. Just like 20 straight hits. And as the bombs were going, people just started running. And I sat there and watched a few of them explode.
I remember getting a call from the fire department commander telling me that they were not sure they were going to be able to contain the fire. And I said, you know, we've had such terrible loss of life. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. And they made that decision to pull, and then we watched the building collapse.
Peter Thiel co-founded PayPal back in 1998. The team around him went on to create groundbreaking startups. You've heard of them all, like YouTube, Yelp, Kiva, LinkedIn, and Tesla.
Back home smoking legal. I got more slaps than the Beatles. Foreign shit running on diesel, dog. Playing with my name, that shit is lethal, dog. Who you see? What? Don Corleone. Trust me, at the top it isn't lonely. Everybody acting like they know me, dog. Don't just say it down, you gotta show me what you gotta do. Bring the clip back empty. You asked to see the ball, so they sent me, dog. I just broke her off with a 10-piece, dog. There ain't nothing, I'm just being friendly, dog. It's just a little 10-piece for it, just to blow it in the mall. Doesn't mean that we involved. I just put a Richard on the card. I ain't going
I believe you can be both a libertarian and work with the government, or even work for the government, or work in the government.
Niggas need you to go away. Still going bad on them anyway. Saw you last night, but did it broad day. Yeah, a lot of murk caught me in a hard way. But got a sticky and I keep it at my dog's place. Girl, I left you love it magic, not all shade. Still going bad on you anyway. Whoa, 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 whoa. I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Get out my way. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Whoa. Richard Millie cuss a Lambo. Known to keep the baddest bitches on commando. Salute. Every time I'm in my trap, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. That's a Fendi. For real.
They were people from Israel. They came over here and trained
Santiago Mesa, but later on, digging more in the information, one of the leaders of the cartel was sent to Israel to be trained of how to decompose the bodies and also how to make the drainage system. Can you explain that?
Yeah, in 1985, El Efra, he go to Israel in training to dissolve bodies in acid, and then when he back to Mexico, he come together with other person to Israel, to Tijuana, and then
so he came from Israel with people from Israel to Tijuana.
Yeah, to Tijuana, and then together to Israel and El Pozolero working together.
They trained him.
Train Efra back to Mexico, and then dissolve bodies in acid, and then pick it up to El Pozolero, and both Efra and Israeli training to Santiago Mesa, El Pozolero.
Don't you think that is incredible? Because in Israel, it is considered a holy land, and people from Israel are training people to do that over here in Mexico. Do you think that is bad?
It's super bad, but remember in Israel, the gas, it's in Israel, the first state they using in the war, the gas, toxic gas, and it's in Israel starting, because it's very sad for the families. And then, example, in Tijuana, Pozolero, in Coahuila, is burning people.
Peter Thiel, welcome to Honestly.
Thanks for having me, Barry.
Thanks for making the time.
I had lunch with him once.
Where?
Peter Thiel's house.
His inside guy that arranges stuff for him reached out and said, Peter Thiel would love to have you up to his house for a dinner.
Vance is the one that's interesting to me.
I know right off the bat he gets an internship or job with Peter Thiel.
Your just communication lessons that you've learned from Peter Thiel. He's an amazing communicator.
What do you think about the use of artificial intelligence or lavender by the IDF in identifying Hamas targets?
Look, I'm not, without going into all the I'm not on top of all the details of what's going on in Israel, because my bias is to defer to Israel.
Those weapons of mass destruction got to be somewhere. Nope, no weapons over there. Maybe under here.
Israel attacked Iran's capital in strikes targeting the country's nuclear program.
Potential for an all-out war between these two countries.
The United States must get involved in this fight in order to protect the United States. God bless America. God bless the United States of Israel.
Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
We're not going to allow that.
The only way that Iran will be stopped is if there is a credible military threat that ideally would be backed by the United States.
As for President Trump, he praised Israel's strikes overnight on Iran.
Everybody but me has an AIPAC person.
What's that mean, an AIPAC person?
It's like your babysitter, your AIPAC babysitter, who is always talking to you for AIPAC.
Every member has something like this?
I don't know how it works on the Democrat side, but that's how it works on the Republican side.
The United States is playing an active role in helping Israel intercept Iranian missiles.
We ask that God bless our cherished ally, the State of Israel.
I am saying Iran needs to understand, if Israel is going to face annihilation, you think they have those nukes in there to collect dust?
You're not aware of what the Samson option is. Israel says that if his existence is threatened, that it will destroy the world with its nukes.
Was there more than one assassin firing in Dealey Plaza? On Tuesday night, we will ask whether, regardless of the actual number of gunmen, there was a conspiracy leading to the president's murder.
Let's just ask questions. We'll ask who really killed JFK? Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Kennedy was very much against the nuclear project, and they exerted a very, very strong pressure on Israel not to develop nuclear weapons.
For 30 years, James Angleton was one of the top men in United States intelligence. When he retired at the end of 1974, he was head of counter-espionage at the CIA.
And Angleton became the CIA's exclusive liaison with the Mossad in 1951. Asher Ben Natan, Angleton's source dating back to the OSS days, was playing a key procurement role in the secret Israeli program to obtain nuclear weapons.
Nuclear reactor is a fact. What they want to tell you officially is that we have a nuclear striking force, nuclear bomb.
When President Kennedy asked me, that was the first time, what are our intentions, I told him that Israel will never be the first to introduce a nuclear bomb in the Middle East, which we didn't. Israel will never be the first to introduce a nuclear bomb in the Middle East, which we didn't.
That facility near a town called Dimona came under suspicion more than 25 years ago, when a nuclear technician there leaked photos and inside information to the Sunday Times. That information prompted analysts back then to estimate Israel had already amassed 200 nuclear warheads.
How many nuclear weapons does Israel have? Because experts say it's anywhere between 80 and 400. So what? So what? Yes, so what? Has Israel ever... Do you recognize the hypocrisy of Israel having a secret illicit nuclear weapons program that it won't open up its doors to and won't talk about, and then lecturing everyone else in the region about nuclear weapons? Absolutely not. You know why? When you talk about hypocrisy...
Iran lied about never having a nuclear weapons program. 100,000 secret files prove that they lied.
Israel maintains an official policy of ambiguity, neither admitting or denying it has nuclear weapons. Analysts say Israel is not developing its nuclear program on its own.
So clearly to maintain and develop its nuclear weapons and its missile and delivery system requires overseas help.
The Israelis, in collusion with the plant owner in Apollo, Pennsylvania, actually stole enough weapons-grade uranium to build 10 nuclear weapons.
What I reported, and many others have, was the suspicion that there had been an Israeli effort to obtain material from the plant.
And that overseas help, although it's clandestine, clearly has some sort of state assurance behind it.
In a stunning interview that aired Monday on an Israeli investigative program, Milchan detailed how he was recruited in the 1960s to Israel's Bureau of Scientific Relations, where he helped gather technology to further Israel's still unacknowledged nuclear program, saying, quote, "I did it for my country and I'm proud of it."
Every war that has started in the past 50 years has been a result of media lies.
Yeah, drinking dope turned me to a superhero. Yeah, yeah. Hit that pill, turned me to a superhero. Yeah, yeah. Roll my 90s, turned me to a superhero. Yeah, Metro, if your Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm on that dope again, I'm on that flow again, switch up the flow again, yeah, yeah. Fly in the parachute, gripping that pole again, I'm on that all again, yeah, yeah. Candy in the cup, gotta get paid, king in the streets, young nigga made, spraying on the crowd, take it to the grave. Ain't having problems, I'm sipping the bar. Shout out to Dallas, my bitch is a star. Nigga get rich, better take me to war. Piss on your casket, shoot at your bra. Do you something nasty, roll you in a car. Bitch get graphic, fuck me in a car. I get your brand new roller tomorrow. I put that brand new roll on your arm. I ain't moving slow, but I'm still on R. Tennis bracelets and they came with the frost. Cuban links all the way up to your jaw. Step up the swag when I step on a bra. $2 a half, ooh that's the cheapest one. Stacking these hundreds up like coupons. Told you from up again, upper echelon. I get the stacking up, I'm untouchable. I get to represent money multiple. I'm at the top of the charts, unapproachable. Bread by the loaf, turbo the motor, tic-tac-toe. Kill another vulture, selling their bowls. Bitch do yogas, I deserve rewards. Serving these boulders, 100 grand large when I shop, that's a total. Fill up the garage, bitch I'm a mogul. Ain't no facade, ain't no fugazi. I jump it off, I get paid.
One such program by the U.S. was put in place during the Cold War called Operation Gladio, the aim of which was to have paramilitary organizations stay behind in the Eastern Bloc to continue the destabilization of regional powers. It's a decades-long operation that consisted of false flag terror attacks, death, the funding of ultra-nationalist groups to foment terrorism. And although the program was finally acknowledged in 2006 and is said to be long over, some allege that it never really ended. Instead, this clandestine operation simply morphed to fit the needs of the war on terror. Let's talk about the transition into Gladio B. You said that there's evidence showing that this is actually still happening today, and it's actually morphed into something else. What is that, and what evidence is there to back that up?
In the mid-1990s, Operation Gladio started to shift from that funding of paramilitaries and ultranationalist groups in Turkey specifically towards an operation more like what we saw in Afghanistan in the 1980s, where the U.S. specifically was funding and helping and training and arming the Mujahideen in their fight against the Soviets in Afghanistan. And this became the model for what's known as Gladio B. Gladio B is the term that Isabel Edmonds indicates is the actual FBI file that they have on this, the information on this in the FBI. But basically, this is the cooperation of NATO and U.S., including high-ranking U.S. State Department officials and others, with Islamic terrorists, basically, in the perpetuation of a strategy of tension.
There was an anti-Jewish attack against Clifford's Tower in York, England in 1190. Then there was an anti-Jewish attack against the Twin Towers in New York on 9/11. That's called synchronicity. Synchronicity says, wait a minute here. You know, there's
there's something here that calls our attention. This attack against the Twin Towers in New York 9/11 calls our remembrance to the Clifford's Tower, York, in 1190. It's a coincidence. But Carl Jung says, no, it's synchronicity. It's a coincidence with a meaning. There's a meaningful purpose in this. Somebody planned this. And we can't figure that out. We looked and we learned this 9/11 was a special thing too, because in Judaism, it's Tisha B'Av, and it commemorates 9/11. It commemorates in Judaism the destruction of the temple in 587 BC. 9/11 commemorated the destruction of the temple in 587. And what was the next synchronous event? Doggone it, 2 months after this occurred, a plane took off from New York and crashed right in the middle of the city, and it was Flight 587. Flight 587. And it was on its way to Santo Domingo, which is a city built on a river called Osama. But it's true. So how the heck is this? I mean, what is this all about? And so then you look and say, you know, there's got, I mean, are people planning it this way? But I mean, you know, it gets to a point where you'd say, is there this, what Carl Jung talked about, and with a lot of the quantum physicists, this synchronicity. So then if this tower, Clifford's Tower, became the Twin Towers, and the destruction in 587 became Flight 87 to Osama, what's next?
Not counting gang violence. Great.
What's the next synchronous? What next coincidence will rain down death and destruction? Because we never learn from our past insanities. And if you do not learn from your past insanities, then you're doomed to repeat them. You keep doing the same thing over and over again. That's what's going on. That's the problem. So you have, you know, your politicians, and they, you know, the band plays and the flags wave, and everybody is very excited, and they give a brilliant speech. They got a suit and tie, and we're going to win, we're going to win, we're going to win. But then this guy sneaks off here in the CNN or whatever this is, and says, well, yeah, but I mean, no doubt something's going to happen, and hundreds of thousands are going to get killed. So are we going to win? Is that winning? No. So that's the problem. We continue the same mistakes as countries. Now, you can see that. But then we look inside of ourselves and we realize we can continue the same mistakes as people.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Are they a threat to democracy? Yes. Are they going to take our rights away? Yes. Are they going to put people's lives in danger? Yes. Are they going to endanger the planet by not dealing with climate change? Yes.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
She's a genuine danger to American security.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
We have to preserve our democracy, or speak out against lies and hate.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Have a consistent narrative about how dangerous Trump is.
President Biden has been clear-eyed about the threat that the former president represents to our democracy. Donald Trump is an existential threat to our democracy and our most fundamental freedoms.
Kamala needs to stop saying that President Trump is a threat to democracy. It's now being received by some unhinged people as a call to action. Enough is enough.
Just moments ago, former President Donald Trump revealing his pick for vice president. Senator J.D. Vance, now his running mate.
J.D. Vance was elected to the Senate in 2022 and went from being a staunch critic of former President Trump to one of his strongest allies to now his vice presidential nominee.
Who is this guy?
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
I mean, Donald Trump has given me an incredible honor.
Do you agree that the heir apparent to MAGA is J.D. Vance?
Well, I think most likely, in all fairness, he's the vice president. So it's too early, obviously, to talk about it, but certainly he's doing a great job, and he would be probably favored at this point.
In 2002, the Pentagon was infiltrated by Mossad. They did not need any identification to get through the river entrance of the building. They went upstairs to Douglas Feith. Occasionally, they went to the second most powerful man, Paul Wolfowitz, the Deputy Secretary of Defense, and they had run of the Pentagon. Donald Rumsfeld, the Secretary of Defense, said to my boss one time, "Hell, I don't run my building. Mossad does."
About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the joint staff who had used to work for me. And one of the generals called me in. He said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. So I came back to see him a few weeks later. And by that time, we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today. And he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq, and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran."
Obviously, we like to see a regime change, at least I would, in Iran, just as I would like to see in Iraq. The question now is a practical question. What is the best place to proceed? It's not a question of whether Iraq's regime should be taken out, but when should it be taken out?
In 2001, Congress passed the Authorization for Military Force, giving the president broad power to conduct military operations without congressional approval. Each time, it had to do with the American conflict with Iraq. But since then, both the Obama and Trump administration used what's better known as AUMF for other purposes.
Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. They can't have a nuclear weapon. Very simple.
So the only way that Iran will be stopped is if there is a credible military threat that ideally would be backed by the United States.
President Trump has just announced on social media that the U.S. has just completed 3 successful attacks on 3 nuclear sites in Iran.
If you look back to 1996, there was a study done for a fellow who was about to become prime minister for the first time. His name was Netanyahu. It was completed mostly by Americans. We later called them neocons. So they composed this thing, and they called it a clean break, a new strategy for securing the realm. Okay, securing the realm. What realm? Well, the realm was Israel, Greater Israel.
מה זה?
זה הוויז'ן שלי, זה אחד הדברים שחלמתי עליהם, מפת הארץ המובטחת.
יפה.
הגיע הזמן, קוראים לזה ירושלם. אני לא נותן את זה לך, אני מעניק את זה לך כדי שתיתן את זה לארצך שרה.
תודה רבה.
אתה מתחבר לחזון?
מאוד.
באמת?
מאוד.
בישראל השלמה.
There is no possibility of conducting a frank discussion on U.S. policy in the Middle East without talking about the U.S. relationship with Israel.
How did you kill Jeffrey Epstein?
Lucifer, dawn of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. Lucifer, Lucifer, dawn of the morning. Lucifer, Lucifer, dawn of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. Lucifer, Lucifer, dawn of the morning. Lucifer, Lucifer. Lucifer, Lucifer. Lucifer, Lucifer.
it's still up to us. I saw a lot of rumors online today. I was made aware of this by my team, that I canceled some sort of college tour. That's bullshit. I saw those rumors. They are false. I will be coming to college campuses, many of them this year. So will we all, I am sure, because we're Americans, and we're not going to be deterred. Charlie's voice is not silent. We're gonna pick up that blood-stained microphone where Charlie left it. And to those who would intimidate, who would seek to stop us, who would seek to end free discussion, who believe that they have ownership over public spaces and can violently threaten and kill people who speak freely, we are not going to stop. And I have 2 words. Fuck you. Fuck you. We will not stop telling the truth. We will never stop telling the truth. We will never stop debating and discussing.
Internet rumors that somehow Israel is behind the Charlie Kirk murder. And, I don't believe it for 1 second, but I want you to, make a statement. It's so absurd.
That's insane. That's insane. Israel also changes the orbit of the moon. That's insane. Israel also changes the orbit of the moon. Israel pushes the sun. I mean, the whole thing is, it's not only insane, I think it's so absurd, so stupid, and so ridiculous. You can't believe that people are saying that. They just found the perpetrator. They'll get to the bottom of this. But they go, they have no limits. When you hate Jews, when you hate the Jewish state, you're willing to say anything and promote all these absurd rumors.
We will not stop telling the truth. We will never stop telling the truth. We will never stop debating and discussing. We will never stop standing up for what America is and for what she should be. And we will never let Charlie Kirk's voice die. Goodbye to my friend, Charlie Kirk. May your memory be a blessing for your family and for your country and for all of us.
I used to think the saying, ignorance is bliss, was like an insult. I don't think that anymore.
The true breakthrough will come not when we create an artificial intelligence that can think, but one that can feel. Right now, an AI can't do that, but a UI, an uploaded intelligence, would have the ability to make an emotional connection because it is human. Being able to make someone laugh or cry, that's what it means to have a soul.
I heard they're testing a program to upload human brains.
No! This is dangerous tech. You don't want to play with it.
Hi, kiddo.
Dad.
I want to show you something.
How can we be human without a body?
Now you can say holy shit.
Holy shit.
Right now, we are the only uploads, but soon there will be others.
This is bigger than your dad or you or me. You don't understand about who these people are or what they're capable of.
There's going to be war.
Ever imagine it would end like this?
End? Do you think this is the end?
One UI to rule them all.
We are not ghosts. We are not aliens. We are not machines. We are not gods. We are you.
And God said, love thy enemy. And I obeyed him and loved myself.
We die weak, feeble, mentally, physically incapacitated, violently. You see how fragile life really is. A bullet rips through your neck, it's over in an instant. How fragile the balance between life and death really is. How short and unpredictable life really is. We have plans, we have schedules, routines. We have a fate, an appointed day. when we will be sentenced to death one way or another, somehow, eventually. It will take us by surprise. And then we'll spend eternity in heaven or hell. Remember that you will die. Like Charlie Kirk, you and I will die. Charlie Kirk had plans. We all have plans. We all have plans to live to be 95 years old, retired with our family on our side, dying of old age peacefully in our sleep. That's not promised. None of it. None of it is promised. Not our bodies, not our faculties, not our cognitive capabilities, not 50 years, not tomorrow, not today, not tonight. Do with that information what you will. Live as though if you died at any moment, you'll be satisfied with it. And what do we take with us in death? We don't take any of it. Not our bodies, not our wealth, as you know, our esteem, our credibility, our victories. All of it eventually be washed away by time and by eternity. What you take with you to the judgment are your deeds. What is melted down at the end of your life is your actions. And they will be melted down like metals. And they will be gold, silver, bronze, copper. They will be judged accordingly to their weight, to their kind, to their type. What did you do? Did you do the right thing? Did you tell the truth? Did you sacrifice as Christ did? Did you do these things as Christ did? In the end, that is all that you take with you, and it is worth its weight in gold, literally. People get so caught up, they're so worried about strategy, machinations, even the fate of our people here in this world. But the world is passing. We are passing. We are mortal. And all these people that see Charlie Kirk, and I get it, people are beating their chest. They don't want to be deterred. They don't want to be defeated. Let it be a reminder. We all die. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We're all going that way. And the least that you could say about Charlie Kirk is that he died professing a faith in God. He died professing the truth. Let us be so lucky, in a way. I don't count him as lucky. It's a horrible tragedy. Years taken, memories, but ultimately martyred for the sake of the truth, for the sake of mercy, for the sake of the unborn, for the sake of children affected by all these diabolical, perverse things. He will receive a handsome reward in heaven for it. May he rest in peace. God bless Charlie Kirk, his family, his daughters, everybody, his enemies, his friends, everybody in the country. Let us truly see each other as children of God. Let us all see God in everybody. Let's be charitable towards one another in our words and our actions. Let's be slow to anger. And I know it's rich for me to say that. I'm a very volatile person. Let us be slow to be angry, wrathful, vengeful, judgmental. Let's try to be kind, compassionate, understanding. But at the same time, let us be strong, tough, clever when we need to be. Let us defend the people we love from those that are trying to hurt us. And God, give us the strength, the prudence, the perseverance to defeat this evil with some finality in our lifetimes.
And I can tell you I'm super blessed. I have the best wife in the world. We have an amazing life. Building a family is the coolest thing ever. And my prayer for all of you is that you one day can do that.
That's so cute.
It's honestly the most joyful thing. And I've had some pretty amazing experiences. I've been very, very blessed. Very lucky, you could say, but very blessed is the word I would use. And the greatest joy I've ever had is coming home to my little daughter running up to my leg. There's nothing that even comes close to it. Not flying on Air Force One, not meeting with presidents. That's all, that pales in comparison to your little girl coming up and squeezing your leg.
You work so hard to get, after the ideas come, to get this thing built, all the elements to feel correct, the whole to feel correct, in this beautiful language called cinema.
Emotion. What are you doing? Oh, don't you know you'll be my ruin? You've got me crying again. When will you let this heartache in? Emotion. You get me upset. Why make me remember what I wanna forget? I've been lonely too long. Emotions, please leave me alone.
It's crazy that we live in a world that if you're super positive and super creative, that it's scary. So what does that tell you about the mentality of most people? If you're scared of like positivity and creativity. They don't even realize that when they box me, that they're really showing their level of ignorance. They're putting themselves in a box. And people can write all they want, but what are people doing? And if there's anybody that's out there doing, they know how hard it is to actually do. And I'm like a motivation of the doers. If everything I did failed, which it doesn't, it actually succeeds. But if everything I did failed, just the fact that I'm willing to fail is an inspiration. People are so scared to lose that they don't even try. Like one thing that people can't say is they can't say, I'm not trying.